Okay, one of the most striking factors, in part responsible for an extended psychological moratorium in the North, seems to be the evolution of housing. While traditional Inuit housing was very minimalist and sustainable in terms of material requirements, it was ideal for social bonding. Whether subterranean sod house, temporary tent, or igloo, most Inuit housing solutions were relatively constricted in terms of livable space, which meant a minimal degree of individual autonomy. Given then these circumstances, youngsters were always, at all times, with or among adults. According to Condon's article, the emergence of surplus space allowed for the isolation of youngsters into separate groups, and consequently the emergence of a separate subculture largely detached from traditional methods of enculturation occurred. The modernized Western concept, and modernized in parentheses, of living space has largely been informed by the idea that different social positions should also be physically separated. Thus, an older sister in our society should have a room of her own, while two little brothers can surely share theirs together. Sexually active parents, and presumably they all are, should not share the same room with children, or anyone else for that matter. For privacy reasons. So privacy is a factor that calls for segregation, even physical segregation, in our society. Such ideas of segregation require larger multiple room housing solutions. I think that within the autonomy of one's own four walls, many social confusions have grown in our society. Social confusions such as teenagedom, or the years of a teenager's life, that often are marked by a certain degree of seclusion, caused or lived out within four walls with a door, and an amount of privacy that previously in hunter-gatherer societies never existed, because it would have been wholly unsustainable, and not only unsustainable in terms of material resources required for such segregation, but also socially unsustainable in terms of enculturation, because we are now lacking that kind of enculturation that presumably hunter-gatherer societies, especially mobile societies, used to have. So we've kind of come in with formal schooling to fill that gap, and we know the debate between formal and informal schooling, and it remains a very complicated issue to this day, even in our society.